All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you are tuning into this video, just make sure that it is good. My name is Game Boy Rob, and today we've got another Legends of Runeterra deck for you guys today. This is a deck of my own creation this time. I put this together myself. It was loosely inspired by a deck that was built by Swim. If you guys follow Swim and his stuff, you'll probably know that he has been working on a deck built around Lucian and Callista, sort of a really fast-paced aggro combo deck that can like bring out 1,000,000 units in one turn, and suddenly Lucian's leveling up on the attack and rallying in the same turn, and suddenly you've got your board is empty and you're out of mana and your opponent is like threatening you with a Lucian that's attacking twice and you just die out of nowhere, right? That deck is really cool. But I'm sort of inspired by that deck, but I wanted to take it a little bit more to the late game, a little bit later into the game. So I built a deck around Lucian and Maokai instead. The idea here is to make Shark Chariots get insane value over the course of a match. We have a ton of ways of making Shark Chariot come out onto the field and potentially, using Lucian and Relentless Pursuit, potentially even rally, right? So what have we got in this deck? We've got 2 Hapless Aristocrats as sort of just a nice early game presence, right? Good targets for Glimpse Beyond, a target for Mark of the Isles, which we have one of, a target for Blighted Caretaker, which we have 2 of, right? And well, I'll get to why we only have 2 of that in a second. We're playing 3 Oblivious Islander, and that's because we have a lot of synergy with, obviously, with Ephemerals, with our sharks. And if we have a shark in hand and we have Oblivious Islander, it's essentially a free 1 mana unit, right? It's a free unit. We play this on turn 1, and then later we can play like a 1 mana Shark Chariot in the same turn as a Caretaker, or we can give something else ephemeral so that it can summon sharks, that sort of thing. So Islanders in this deck is a 3 of. We have 3 Cursed Keepers, 3 Glimpse Beyonds. These guys just kind of belong in almost every Shadow Isles deck. To be frank, they just go together. 3 Sharks, 3 Stalking Shadows. This is a card that has made Shark Chariot so much better than it was. This card allows you to A, dig for your sharks, and B, have more ephemeral units to summon the sharks after you have them. We're going to run 3 Black Spears because our units are going to be dying all the time and we need some sort of removal. We have Blighted Caretaker as a little bit of added removal onto cheap things, small things. Blighted Caretaker also is a great way to summon sharks. We summon saplings and saplings summon sharks. So Blighted Caretaker is in there. We're only running a 2 of on Blighted, and that's because when you have Maokai out on the field and you have Cursed Keepers and Haplesses and Lucian and all that stuff, sometimes you run out of board space and you don't have enough room to get the full value out of Blighted Caretaker. So as a 3 of, she can be a little unwieldy. She can suddenly clog up your hand, especially if you get her off of Stalking Shadows. So just a 2 of on Blighted. 3 Relentless Pursuits because we want to be rallying a lot. There are often going to be times where we have Maokai on the field and we play a unit and he summons his sapling and then the sapling just dies, right? So we're going to Relentless Pursuit. We're going to attack with that sapling and then summon sharks off the sapling. That's the idea. Similar idea behind Tiana. If we have a Maokai on the field and then we play Tiana, assuming it's our opponent's attack turn, we create the sapling, we get the rally, we get a huge swing with Tiana and sharks, and then if we have Tiana dead in the graveyard, like maybe if she's was ephemeral from either Stalking Shadows or Islander, if she died and we play the Harrowing on our opponent's turn, we get that rally off of Tiana, and then we can start going crazy, right? We also have 3 Cythrias here, because Cythria just goes really well with our whole strategy. We really want to be summoning lots of units, all of them ephemeral, and giving them all fearsome with Tiana is just insane. With Cythria is just insane. Having Cythria dead and being summoned by the Harrowing, if you can get 2 Cythrias on the Harrowing, every one of your units is fearsome, and that can be backbreaking. So that's the deck right there. Not the most complex deck in the world, but the decision making that goes into piloting this deck can actually be pretty interesting. It can lead to some super clutch victories and some super tense games. So without further ado, I think that will be the deck right there. And let's get into some games. Let's show you how the heck to play this thing. All right, let's go. All right. Wow, every time I record, whenever I'm recording, I seem to go up against this Leona Ace-Soul deck quite a bit. Alright, so we see 2 Shark Chariots in our opening hand. Against this deck, actually, going up against this deck, I actually don't hate that. This is a deck that wants to go to the late game and really wants to slow us down. I think 2 Sharks is still a bit greedy. We're going to go down to 1 Shark. Because we want some units, yeah, and we just draw it again, so that's probably a good decision to not keep the 2 of them. You don't want to be too greedy with your Sharks, so. Now, I don't see any way of popping this Curse Keeper, of really using it. And our opponent just attacks us, so I think I'm going to drop the Shark now. And next turn we'll drop Shark number 2 and get a swing off. Get a nice swing off on him in the early game. Alright. So, we have already spent 4 mana this turn. Or, I mean, this game. We've spent 4 mana. But we have nothing to show for it. We have no units on the board. I guess we do clear a small unit from our opponent. But other than that, we are super behind on mana now. And that's the problem with Sharks. That's why Sharks are not commonly played in higher levels in this game, is because they put you at a severe disadvantage from a mana standpoint. So we're going to drop this Curse Keeper, which again is going to put us even further behind on mana. But next turn, with this Blighted Caretaker, we are going to start coming back. We're going to start putting on some pressure on our opponent. Ooh, as our opponent takes his own mana deficiency there. Investment. He takes a mana investment. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Here we go.
There's a chill in the air.
I'm gonna drop Lucian. We're gonna drop the Blighted Caretaker, and if our opponent can't answer all this, ooh, my friend, buddy, pal, are you okay?
Everyone's a looking grim.
We're gonna have a massive attack here, and Lucian is gonna rally. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna attack it with both of these. We're gonna pull like that.
They grow up so fast.
We're gonna attack with everything. Actually, we shouldn't attack with Lucian this turn, right? Because we're not gonna create quite enough deaths until after those Sharks hit. So we're gonna attack like this. Now, this will cause Lucian to rally.
Power before our might.
Right? And what I could have done, what I even could have done, was not attack with this sapling. I could have attacked with 1 sapling, summon those Sharks, and then had on the rally another set of Sharks to come out. And that would have been cool. That would have been super greedy, but it would have been an amazing play, I think. So right now, we're gonna click OK. So now Lucian levels up.
We're gonna need more coffins.
And now we're gonna rally. And I think, yeah, and that's lethal. That's game right there.
Everlasting. The grove follows.
Boom, boom, boom. Just like that.
And stay dead.
So yeah, we win on turn 5 against the Leona deck. Now obviously had they played a Leona there and like stunned our Lucian, it would have been a slightly different scenario, but I think that can showcase how surprisingly powerful a deck like this can be. We're gonna go again. All right, Sauce Boss or Souse Bouse. What we see is a Trundle Darius deck. I'm not sure what that means. All right, we see our Shark Chariot, which is fantastic. I don't think we keep our draw against a deck like this. This is probably more of a tempo deck. We maybe, I think I'm actually going to keep my Mark of the Isles here. And we see another draw spell and Maokai.
No one's the
Alright, and our opponent gets out a Legion Saboteur. That's pretty spooky. We don't have any immediate way of answering that. Man, I promise, I run 1-drops in this deck. I have 5 1-drops in the deck that I'd love to use. This is looking pretty sad for us right now, though. Oh, there it is. Now I get an Oblivious Islander. All right.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
This is pretty not ideal. He might play like a ballista, the siege ballista here. And if he does, we'll play Shark Chariot, swing it, and then kill it with the Black Spear. We're gonna play this Shark Chariot probably no matter what this turn. Had I gotten this Oblivious Islander out earlier, like last turn, we could have made the Shark cheaper and played that last turn as well, and then used this Blighted Caretaker to kill the Islander. Yeah, there's the Iron Ballista. And we would have been, you know, we would have been good to go. Alas, it was not to be. So we're gonna send in the Shark. Shark's gonna die. We're gonna Black Spear this 4-3. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Come on, bud. You have 0 mana. Like, I took so long, I almost forgot my Black Spear plan there. That would have been a disaster. All right. Ooh, that Lucian is interesting. We're probably gonna play Maokai here. Oof. Okay, we're definitely gonna play Maokai here.
I will tend this garden.
Explosives prompt.
Our opponent is getting out the nuts on us. Perfectly curving out.
Coming behind ya.
What is our health looking at right now? Yeesh.
Hey, what's that?
We're gonna go for a Mark of the Isles here. It prevents a little bit of damage on our face and trades with the Ballista. But overwhelm units are something that we can't deal with terribly well. That being said, we could do it again. We could literally do it again. We're gonna try.
Sure is dark, eh?
Sure is dark, eh? Alright, we make an Ephemeral Sapling here. We're gonna play Lucian.
Don't get in my way.
Don't get in my way. So this Blighted Caretaker is now ephemeral, right? Oops.
They will pay for what they did to you.
All that matters now is the little ones.
So now we're gonna get a big attack off. But we're gonna leave this one in the back. We're gonna summon a Shark. Lucian is gonna level up. What's he at random? Right now he's at 1, so 2, 3, 4. He's gonna level up, hit twice. And there's gonna be Shark. We can actually attack with Maokai as well.
Life feeds on death.
Mao first.
I refuse.
But we're gonna leave this in the back so that when we rally, and we will rally, we can get that shark a second time. Here we go.
Too damn soon.
All right, Lucian levels up.
I'll bring them peace. Coming in hot! Burn away the shadows.
I guess maybe instead of waiting with the challenger, or instead of waiting with the ephemeral blighted caretaker, I should have waited with the challenger. In spite of all that, we did our best there, but looks like Darius is gonna knock us down. You do what you can.
You've gotta be kidding.
This guy had a fantastic curve, right? He curved out perfectly into Darius there with all his units, and we had a pretty bad start, so I'm pretty happy with this performance, even though obviously it's a loss. He is gonna smack us with this Darius. I'm happy with how the deck ran. We gave him a run for his money, and it's not gonna work out, but
Don't duck on my account.
it happens. It surely happens. So what can we do? We can prevent, yeah, 3 of this 10 damage. GG. That was a good game. Let's see what we would have drawn. Yeah, we could have, obviously we could have threatened the rally there, but his Darius was just too quick. It is what it is. We were actually really close that game. And our opponent had a fantastic curve, so we'll count that as a wash. I'm still happy with how the deck ran. We'll go again. All right, we have a Kinter. Same regions as me, but with no champions. This is very interesting. I have no idea what this is. I don't really want these in my opening hand. Well, I'll keep the Curse Keeper in case we find a Blighted Caretaker, but I don't really want the Glimpse Beyond unless I need it. I like that Cithria there. Ooh, I like that even better.
That egg.
So now we have a hard choice to make. We need to decide which one of our 3 2-drops we want to drop right now. And I think I want to just drop a Shark. We're not running Senna, so we don't have any way of, like, immediately leveling up Lucian, right? Actually, I think I will drop Lucian here.
Push back the darkness.
I must get out of here.
These 2 regions don't have a terribly efficient way of removing Lucian. They'll need like 2 Vile Feasts or like a single combat or something. Hey, and there's our Blighted. There is our Blighted. I actually will block this here. This is an extra death that Lucian can witness. He might go for a single combat to kill Lucian with the Undying here. I imagine that's what our opponent is trying to do. Yeah, is more of a an Undying strat. I'm pretty sad that we don't have a Shark Chariot out right now. Yeah, with these Blighteds. Oh man. Yeah, I think I probably should have played the Shark Chariot instead of this Cursed Keeper last turn. We have a decent target for the Blighted in this Spiderling anyway. But yeah, it looks like our opponent is also going for a cheeky a cheeky Demacia Shadow Isles strat that isn't very common, that you don't see very often. I wonder if they're also running Vaults of Helia. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Vaults. Purify? Wait. Do you have a single combat? Buddy. Oh, it's purified. Oh, it's I was thinking Hush. Okay, no, that makes sense. I was thinking it was a Hush. And it would, like, unsilence at the end of round. Alright, what do we get? Oh, man. That ain't fair. That ain't right. Alright, so we're attacking on evens. So I'm actually going to, oh, man. These Blighteds are gonna be pretty ineffective. Like, I need to spend my mana on something, right, this turn? So we're gonna play these just to stop him from attacking.
Time to smash!
And we're gonna give it to Tiana here.
Sure is dark, eh?
Since we're attacking on evens, Tiana on 8 isn't helpful, but a Tiana on 7 is. So now we have a full board. We're gonna drop a Cithria.
Soldiers, to me!
And we're gonna threaten him. We're gonna threaten him with a lot of damage. So, he purified my shark so that I wouldn't keep getting sharks whenever I summoned Ephemerals, but he just gave me a permanent shark. I don't think that's how you want to use that card, bud.
Remember the fallen.
All in the wrist, see?
Come on now. Yeah, so this shark is not ephemeral, it's just a shark forever. That's actually like, I think he helped me. I think this is more value that I got out of this shark than I would have normally. Yeah. I think it is. That's incredible. Alright, so our opponent is much lower in health now. And we have a surprise turn 7 Tiana Crown Guard with a Cithria on the board. Now our opponent could Ruinate, so luckily it's his first action. Yeah. He's in trouble.
Lady Crown Guard, it's an honor.
The honor is mine, Cithria.
What you gonna do? I don't think my opponent has much of a way out of this. I think they're pretty toast. Yep, there it is. We got him. We got him.
Superior tactics, iron will.
Superior tactics, iron will. Yeah. So yeah, Tiana Crown Guard being an excellent addition to the deck there. I really like that little combo, the Oblivious Islander into Tiana there. It's such a surprise. A turn 7 Tiana Crown Guard is like comes out of nowhere on your opponent, and I really like that combo. Tiana, by the way, Tiana Crown Guard got a buff in the latest patch. She has +1/+1. So that matters almost not at all. But I mean, it's there. I mean, it's there. She can trade into Captain Farron now. She can kill Leviathans now. She can kill Infinite Mind Splitters now. I mean, she's still about the same as she was. She's not a lot different. All right. We see Pirate Aggro. This is going to be a tough match. This is going to be tough. We're going to need to find our aristocrats. Yeah, we're going to do a full null on that. Yeah, this deck is not so good at being defensive. Aggro decks are really rough for us. We're more of a mid-range anti-control kind of list.
Push back the dark.
I don't think we can afford to play a shark.
I have my orders.
Lucian, unfortunately, really doesn't want to block these guys, but he's gonna have to. Why can't Shark Chariot block? It would be totally fine if this card just didn't have can't block.
Stand and fight.
We're gonna block this.
Too damn soon.
Now I'd like, if he has a Misfortune here, I'd like to Black Spirit, but I think he would have played Misfortune first if he could. Well, maybe not.
Don't get in my way.
We can play Black Spirit next turn if he has a good target for it. Or if he provides us a good target for it, I mean. Alright, that Hapless is a fantastic to see here.
Lady Elise, where are you?
Can't save them all.
Can't save them all.
I never miss.
Ain't no sport in powder.
We're gonna drop the shark. We're gonna attack with these two.
If they don't break, they'll
Oh
burn.
boy. As our opponent is just burning us down. Yep. I doubt he blocks. And we are gonna go for the Black Spear. Oh, he actually does block. Really? No way. No way. He shouldn't block. If he blocks, he's a fool. Yeah. He absolutely can burn us down faster than we can burn him down. There's no way a block is correct here. Yeah. We do have to use Black Spear here. We'll use it there. Just as a means to survive.
Damn it!
Neither the flames nor the deaths can claim me, Captain.
Crappin'. We're pretty toast. I'm gonna do this just as a means to draw cards, see what we can find. But against this deck, we're pretty dead in the water. I wonder if... Nah, there's no way. I was gonna say maybe we should be swapping Cursed Keeper out for a Vile Feast. Because we're not running Vile Feast in this deck, and that's probably a mistake. Alright, you got us, bud. There's no way we're surviving there. Alright.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. It was not. I actually think that maybe between Lucian, Shark Chariot, and Cursed Keeper, I get the feeling Cursed Keeper might be a bit too much. Too many things that say can't block and too many things you don't want to block with on turn 2. So I'm actually going to sub these out and I'm going to swap in Vile Feast and we'll see if that helps. The problem now... By the way, if I ever... Ooh, this is an interesting matchup. If I ever do that, if I ever like edit a deck in the middle of a video, the deck link I post in the bottom will be the finished version. Will be the final product, right? We do not want a Tiana here. We really don't want an Islander here. Hapless, even Hapless Aristocrat is kind of just a go hard target. I think we'll keep Hapless. We'll keep Hapless. But probably we will not play him on turn 1. Because the last thing you want to do against this deck is give it easy targets for go hard. Ooh, and we see a shark. This is also another target for go hard, so I think I'm going to start with Lucian.
Don't get in my way.
Next turn, I think we drop the Shark Chariot
In the shadows.
alongside the Hapless Aristocrat. And on turn 3, we go for Blighted, and we start going, right? And it got dark again. There we are. I'll open my window a bit.
Hush now.
Hush now. We're not gonna block. Oh, well. No, I don't think we can block. We're gonna drop the hapless.
Ladies, where are you?
Can't save them all.
And then we're gonna drop Shark Chariot, which will die, right? But next turn, these. Oh, I have 3 Lucians in my hand. Man, maybe I should have traded with the least. No. That'd be too slow. That would be too slow.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
So that makes me think he's probably gonna go hard my Lucian here. Which would be less than ideal.
You've got to be kidding me.
We're still gonna do it. We're still gonna drop the shark. Looks like he doesn't have it. Looks like he does not have a go hard in his hand. I can't see why he would not go for it there. So we're gonna go in.
Everyone's a god.
Oh, he could have Twisted Fate. Oh, I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. He's gonna play Twisted Fate. He's gonna go for a red card, and I'm just gonna get wiped.
I'm always up for a round.
I'm an idiot.
I'm a people.
I'll give him the Nocturne. Oh, I'm better than this. I deserve this. Yeah, that was my bad. That's a big error. That's probably going to cost us the whole game right there. That was far too much value by my opponent. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to start with the Stalking Shadows. At least we get something. Yeah, against this deck, you kind of have to kill the barrels, which you can do.
Keep up.
It's not hard to kill barrels against this deck because they don't have anything fast sometimes to deal with.
Lady Elise,
Like if you drag a barrel, like if you attack and you drag a barrel on this deck, very often they won't be able to do anything. They won't be able to like play a spell to kill your unit in response. They'll just have to let the barrel die or like glimpse beyond it or something.
Suppose you want in on
Oh wow.
this.
What did he just
Suppose I should
What did he just
leave
replace
you.
there? Like a spider, probably? Alright, we do have a harrowing, so we're not completely out of this game. We're pretty out.
Lady Elise,
But we could get
Where are
something...
Can't save them all.
We could get something silly going on here. If we're lucky. I'm going to start with the Stalking Shadows here first. Ooh, I do like that Cythria.
I must get out of here.
We're going to do this.
Best run while you can.
Best run while you can. Lucian's gonna go to 3 out of 4 here. And our opponent goes for a Glimpse Beyond. Ooh. Well, we can't stop it. We're gonna click OK. We're probably gonna kill Twisted Fate this turn. Alright, Lucian is at 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4 when this shark dies. We could Relentless Pursuit and attack with the shark again, which is funny. But I don't think that's worthwhile. We're gonna kill TF. Next turn, we're gonna drop our real Cythria, not the ephemeral one. Maybe. This might be another glimpse. That's fine. The point is Twisted Fate dies.
Damn soon.
I suspect he'll have like a go hard here on one of my spiders. If he does that, I actually level up Lucian, which is interesting.
Gotta go with the flow.
Oh boy. We get a real relentless pursuit.
You won't suffer long.
Go ahead. Scare me.
So this will level up Lucian and let us rally, but it puts us in range of a Doom Beast and Unspeakable Horror. So it's pretty risky. It's probably not the correct move. Oh, and he vengeance is Lucian. Never mind, it was totally the correct move. Wow, he just vengeance Lucian. Goodness. We could just set up for a harrowing next turn.
Soldiers, to me!
I think we're going to.
A game. Go on then.
We're gonna set up for a harrowing. And we're gonna do something pretty fancy, I think. We're gonna do something super fancy. Hold on. Alright, so we harrowing. And again, if our opponent has Doom Beast, our opponent has Twisted Fate, if our opponent has a lot of things, we're just dead. Hopefully he doesn't have those things. Glimpse Beyond. Okay, he's probably looking for like a Doom Beast or something. Not all decks run it though. Not every version of this list even runs Doom Beast, even runs Unspeakable Horror, all those things. So we might be fine.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
So here's what we're gonna do. We should summon, we're gonna summon one additional shark, right?
Right on!
Oop, Lucians should go at the back.
Nothing stands in our way.
We're gonna attack like that. Looks like our Lucians are gonna level up, but they're not going to rally. So we're actually gonna attack.
They grow up so fast.
Follow my lead!
This is difficult. So what we want to do is have the Lucians level up and rally, and then we're gonna play another Lucian. But it looks like that's not quite possible.
Come, this way.
Unless we do this. Now we'll level up and we'll rally. This is the play. We're leaving behind our second Lucian, and this is the Lucian that's gonna level up.
You poor thing.
And he'll rally. It's kind of all or nothing right now. We need to kill our opponent this turn, and we have a shot at doing just that. Wow, our opponent is going all in on the card draw, which is probably gonna bite him here. Yeah, you have to block more than that, bud. Yeah, we have, all our units are fearsome. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Look at that. Easy game.
Put to rest.
I love this deck. Woo! Not even close. We were not even close to dead. I had that whole game under control, guys. Look at that. All right. More Shadow Isles on Shadow Isles goodness. I feel like every deck I've played against today has been a Shadow Isles. I guess we had that one pirate aggro game. We're gonna do a full mull here. We don't want any of those. This is a much better hand. This is a much better hand. We will drop the Hapless on turn 1. No reason not to. Now this probably is a Fearsomes deck, right? Elise and Mist Wraiths and what's the Frenzied Skitterer? All that goodness.
in the air.
And probably they're running, since they're running Ionia, I assume that means go get it. Probably with rekindlers to summon like tons of Hecarims, is what I'd have to guess. Okay. So we could play a Blighted here. And like, get some damage in on our opponent, or we could play the Shark and set up for doing that on our next attack turn. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set up for next time. Because we could play the Blighted here, and we would basically almost level up Lucian.
I must get out of here.
I assume he's just not gonna block. Like maybe he'll block the Hapless. But this deck is kind of an aggro mid-range deck. It wants to just attack and attack and attack and attack.
Keep quiet.
Keep quiet. I'm gonna pass. I assume he'll attack with everything, and I'm gonna use this opportunity to draw some cards. We're gonna take 12, right? We're gonna take 12 damage here. That's okay. We'll be fine. Ooh, I like that Black Spear there. I do like that Black Spear there. Actually, we don't need to play it right now, though. We can wait till next turn. We are going to have ample opportunity to play this next turn. All right, here we go. Here's when we go in. Here's when things get silly.
Everyone's a god.
Everyone's a garden. Here is where things get silly. What you got? Well, I'm sad. Well, I'm sad. We'll take the opportunity to glimpse. But we won't have actually. So this is another Lucian, right? I actually won't take the glimpse.
Push back the darkness.
Come this way.
Because we need this Black Spear. Yeah, I can kill these two Mist Wraiths, but I don't have a blocker for that one. So we're gonna need to use this Black Spear here. How much damage is he taking? He's actually taking... No, unfortunately, Shark Chariot levels up Lucian afterwards, so that's unfortunate.
My saplings.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
Pretty sad. We want Lucian to be at least one there so that we can get the rally. But you do what you can.
Damn soon.
Now, unfortunately, if he attacks here, I might be forced to block with Lucian. In the event that he does, that this is a deck that runs Doom Beasts, and I think it is. Multiple Mist Wraiths actually is a pretty big problem for us right now. We do have blockers, right? The shadow approaches. We're gonna play Cythria.
Show them what we're made of.
Break their ranks.
I do have to make some pretty unideal blocks here. I have to trade Lucian away. Not what you want. Goodbye, Lucian. Was nice knowing you. But yeah, so we're gonna block here. We're gonna block here. We're gonna take 4 damage from Hecarim's little ghost buddies, and hopefully we'll survive. Next turn, we are going to go for Stalking Shadows.
Don't duck on my account.
And see if we can find some ephemeral units. At least one, right? And see if we can kill him with a couple sharks. That's the plan. Now, I have to assume my opponent has Vile Feast or something in hand, another vengeance, some answer to just open attacking with Cithria. So we're gonna do this. Now that's an ephemeral unit right there.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
All right, we're gonna spread out. The only thing I'm afraid of here is Doom Beast. Doom Beast would put an end to everything I love. Actually, Withering Whale would also be a pretty big issue. But I don't think this deck runs Withering Whale. And actually, he can't play it, so we're good. Just Doom Beast. Anything else is fine. We're gonna play Blighted Caretaker, we're gonna target the shark, and we're gonna go in, and that's gonna be game. Our opponent has to answer it right now. Not good enough, bud.
Ooh, fresh soil.
I'll give him the well played. He's gonna let me do it too. What a kind gentleman. Boop boop. So kind of him to let us get the combo off, let us get the sharks in there. But yeah. So games with this deck are super tight. You're gonna have to make some comebacks. You're gonna have to invest a couple turns and be on the back foot for a while, but then in the end, there are a lot of chances to just obliterate your opponent out of nowhere. So I hope you guys enjoyed those games. I know I did. I hope you enjoyed the deck. Leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you liked it. I also stream on Twitch every weekday, Monday through Friday. That is Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. Come hang out. We have a really nice time, so yeah. Apart from that, I'm gonna say goodbye for now. I'll see you guys in the next video.